Okay, so I take a right, followed by a sharp left, and then I'm on Harrop Trail all the way up to the top. There's one of those trees' knees. This is where I turn up. Harrop at this side of the mountain is about 4 or 5 trails. One goes that way, one goes this way. They all get round various obstacles. I could go back that way, but I'll carry on this way. I'm pretty sure they're all going to take me up the mountain of joy.
Time 14 minutes. Distance 1.70 kilometers. Average heart rate 115.
Yeah, this is the way I always used to go. So may the hiking begin.
Above zone. Zone 3.
Above zone. And there you go. And I'm hiking. Heart rate is probably around 128. It does level off a little bit in a second. So the reason I'm recording a video podcast today is because my laptop is in for a new battery.
Distance 1.80 kilometers. Average heart rate 129.
Okay, this is Norn that I'm crossing here. I'm going to go up one of the more major trails, Harrop, Maine, I guess you could call it. Thank you. Yep. This is the main intersection. Norn and Harrop. Harrop going up, up, up.
Time 16 minutes. Distance 1.94 kilometers. Average heart rate 133.
133. That's quite high. It's always high at the beginning of a run. So Harrop going all the way up to the top will take about 15 minutes. So I'm up to, let me see now. I'm up to 3 minutes, about 4 minutes so far.
Auto pause. Workout resumed.
Occasionally, the signal gets dropped because of the shape of the mountain. Sometimes the satellite gets
Time 17
obscured.
minutes. Distance 2 kilometers. Average heart rate 133.
This is quite a chin scraper, as you might be able to tell from my labored breathing. I'm leaning forward at about 25 degrees from vertical. See, I can almost touch the ground ahead of me without having to stoop too much. Let me give you a little sweep around a 360 sweep.
Time 18 minutes. Distance 2.08 kilometers. Average heart rate 135. Auto paused. Workout resumed.
135. That's like zone 3. Not quite zone 3. Everything seems okay. Yep, getting back to the computer. The only way I can edit audio from my voice recorder is with my laptop. And as you might know, at the end of this month, we're going on holiday for a month. And there's nothing more annoying when you're in an airport or in a public place that you're not familiar with.
Time
When your
19 minutes.
laptop dies.
Distance 2.16 kilometers. Average heart rate 135.
When it wasn't plugged into the wall, it would last about 5 minutes before it would power down. And that's not really on when I'm on holiday. I want to be able to rely on 20 minutes of offline use. Hello, dog.
Hi,
Hi there.
he's a bushwhacker.
I can see that.
She always follows me the whole way up the mountain, like in the bush.
But he takes a separate route.
Yeah.
Auto paused.
A
Workout resumed.
parallel trail. The dog's parallel trail.
Above zone.
Above zone.
Time 20 minutes.
Hello.
Distance 2.22 kilometers. Average heart rate 136. Halfway to your goal.
So that's 20 minutes from my fridge. So the new battery should give me quite a lot of added endurance on the battery on my laptop when I'm not plugged in or frantically looking for a socket in an airport. Plus, of course, I have my phone. The other advantage of a good battery on your laptop is it can act as a charging port for all my other devices. Most of them are GPS,
Time 21
not
minutes.
GPS,
Distance 2.27
USB.
kilometers. Average heart rate 135.
So this is the top of Harrop. If I go any higher up there, it's going to be South Ridge Trail. I think I'll take a wide sweep along this way.
Auto paused. Workout resumed.
Gives me a chance to do some running. This is almost too steep to run down. Just stopping here for a second. This used to be the hill climb when they allowed motorcycles and all sorts of vehicles
Zone.
in the park. You could drive up to that bottom side, and then they used to do their hill climb up here to see how high they could get. That would take me back to Whitaker and Glendenning. Harrop goes across here.
Below zone. Zone 1.
This will take me
Workout resumed.
to the junction with Glendenning, and then I can go down, down, down.
In zone. Zone 2. Time
In
22
zone.
minutes. Distance 2.37 kilometers. Average heart rate 129.
Yep, my heart rate's come down a bit now. Even though I'm running, it is considered easier than climbing. So this is the top of Glendenning. Yeah, it's probably a little early to turn off now. I'll take you down one more one more section, and then I'll come back down the middle. And more downhill for us all to enjoy. Watching out
Time
for the
23 minutes. Distance
tree
2.50
roots.
kilometers. Average heart rate 124. Above zone. Zone 3.
All right, this is fun. So later on, I will probably receive a phone call to tell me that my battery has been installed and that I should come and pick up my laptop. That's what I'll do. I'll ride my bike over, get rid of some empty pop cans and milk cartons. Yep, they actually give you money back on milk cartons here. The Tetra Packs, those are those square things with a gabled roof. And the plastic milk jugs, the
Time
1
24
gallon
minutes.
jugs.
Distance 2.60 kilometers.
All right,
Average heart rate
I'll
129.
just take you around the corner here to the cave and check on my timing.
In zone. Zone 2.
So this is the famous Cougar Cave. Somebody has been in there recently, but you can see it's not very big, the entrance,
Auto pause.
but it does open up inside a fair bit. Let me just check on my timing. Good, that's 12 minutes.
Zone 1.
I can take you all the way back to Harvest Lane, I think. Harvest Lane is where I will pull the plug on this full-time, real-time clip, which will probably end up being something like a 25-minute video podcast. Yep, it'd be nice when I get my laptop back. Then I won't have to
Time 25 minutes. Distance
reinvent the wheel.
2.72 kilometers. Average heart rate 120.
So now I'm on Mercer, about to join Glendenning. There's a dog up ahead.
In zone.
Looks like a spaniel. I won't run past the dog. Get scales on the size of this tree. Hi there.
Hi. Sorry.
And the skunk cabbages.
Below zone. Zone 1.
Sometimes I run in the lower section. When I go out to the meadows, I go round
Auto pause.
that way.
Workout resumed.
Apologies. Every time I say something like over there and that way,
6 minutes.
it's because I'm talking to a video audience. But a good chunk of you guys, my loyal followers, basically still have a subscription on Spreaker for my show. I must be up to 12 years pretty soon. So from here, you'll be able to see the hill climb, the motorcycle scramblers
Zone 3.
hill climb. Zone 3 I heard. Here you can see how steep it is from this side. I used to get almost to the top of that climb without falling over backwards. So Glendenning up to the
Distance
top.
2.97 kilometers. Average heart rate 123. Auto
Whitaker
pause.
across.
Zone 2.
And this is Glendenning going down.
Workout resumed.
This is the top of my hill repeats. I did those the other day. It was fun, but I miscounted. I thought I'd done 5, but on reviewing the relive, I relived the activity and noticed that I had made 6 hills. I'm pretty sure I turned on 2.5. I'm not sure. 2.5 and then down to the bottom would make it 3. Yeah. And then I did 2.5 more. Or 3 more. Ending back at the bottom of the climb. I always walk across this section because once I tripped right there. I always spit to remind myself of when I tripped in the past. Gives me another chance to expectorate. Zone 1, I think I heard. So I've made a loop out of Harrop going up, up, up. And I'd be surprised if I didn't make 150 meters. That's,
Zone 2.
what is it, 3 feet to a meter. So this is where I turn off. These are my goalposts. These 2 stumps. These 2 trees, knees, I call my goalposts.
Time 29 minutes.
And
Distance
there's another
3.27
tree's
kilometers.
knee over there.
Average heart rate 116.
That one looks like a monkey's head.
Below zone.
Yep,
Zone 1.
confused. Dazed and confused could be the subtitle of my life. As I approach the fallen twin tree,
Zone 2.
the loser of these mighty battle of titans, and that one up there was the victor, and this one lost the battle
Zone 1.
for root space. It got pushed over
Auto pause.
till it lost its balance.
Workout resumed.
You can see the line there. It got pushed and then it fell. Right down there.
Auto pause. Workout resumed.
Notice the lag there? The app didn't notice that I'd
Distance
moved
3.41 kilometers.
until I'd
Average heart
taken
rate
a few
114.
steps. So I'm gonna get my 600 calories today. My active calorie burn will be 600 today. I'm seriously thinking of upping the ante to 700. Hello. There's some trail runners coming towards us. And I'll see them just before I turn off for Harvest Lane. Just before I turn off this podcast. Hi.
Zone 2.
And this is where I turn back into civilization.
Time 31 minutes. Distance 3.56 kilometers. Average heart rate 111.
Yep. And let these people come up. Come on up. The park awaits you. Hello, dog.
Zone 1.
Hi. You'd think the dog would know me by now. Have a good hike.
Zone 0.
Zone 0. As I run down the cedar corridor, past the little library, and onto Harvest Lane.
Time 32 minutes. Distance 3.64 kilometers. Average heart rate 111.
So I won't try anything fancy today. I'll leave the camera where it is, strapped to my chest mount, my iPhone GS 3rd generation, which they're now calling the iPhone 8 in brackets. So at Harvest Lane Park, looking back at Mount Doug, I say bye-bye to you with 22 minutes or so of programming. Bye-bye.